This is Forge Daily with Mackenzie Barwell on the Forge Audio Network.
Forge fans, welcome back to another episode. This is the last one of this week. Today is July 27th, 2023. I'm your host, Mackenzie Barwell, here to give you all things Forge FC. As usual, we'll get into a brief match preview for tomorrow and hear from Coach Bobby Smyrniotis. But first, we have some very exciting news today. Forge FC have signed a new player to their 23-man roster. 27-year-old left winger from the Republic of Congo, Benni Badibanga, is officially a Forge FC member. Benni has been playing professionally in Belgium for almost 10 years. He's played for the Republic of Congo under 20s team and was most recently called up by their national team for the African Cup of Nations 2021 qualifiers. I got the chance to talk to Benni after practice. Here's what he had to say about signing with Forge.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'm ready, and I'm really excited to start. The way they see football and the way they try to play. Yeah, they have an attractive way of thinking. And they always want to go forward and to propose a good style of football, an attractive style of football, and maybe that's the difference between them and the other team that I saw from the day that I came here.
Yeah. Can you just mention one more thing about Bobby's coaching style? What can you appreciate about that?
He dares. He wants you to dare. He gives you in a system freedom. You know, so it's not like it's telling you to do this and you have to do this. Put your own style.
Yeah. So there is some guidance, but there's also some creative freedom in there, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Benni. I really appreciate it. Very, very exciting stuff, but back to our regularly scheduled programming. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., Forge FC kickoff against Vancouver FC right here at Tim Hortons Field. So let's have a look at what to expect. Vancouver are currently sitting at the bottom of the league with 18 points total, 9 losses, 4 draws, and 3 wins. That said, they have not been an easy opponent in past matchups. If you recall, earlier this season, Vancouver picked up their first home win, beating Forge 2-0. And in their last matchup, both teams walked away with a point. Forge dominating the match, but ultimately coming away with the draw. With regards to players to keep an eye out for, goalkeeper and captain Callum Irving is continuing his role as one of the club's leaders. He's had his fair share of CPL experience coming from his time with Pacific. He sits third in both saves made and clean sheets of all goalkeepers around the league, so he will not be letting anything go easy tomorrow. Vancouver FC attacker number 17, Min Jae Kwok, leads the CPL in tackles with 34. And to give you perspective, Reza Rama is currently sitting 5th in that race with 27 total. Number 9, Sean Hundle, has proven himself to be a threat in the attack as well. He's got 6 goals and an assist on the season. And as I mentioned a little earlier, they also have 2 players designated to their exceptional youth roster spots, James Cameron and TJ Tad. I talked to Bobby about what having up-and-coming talent can do for a new club like Vancouver FC. Here were some of his words.
Yeah, I think as a new club this year, they've built a roster and really with a lot of focus on some young players. You see that through all the minutes they've given to young players, and I think there's different ways of looking at it. And I think maybe they're building towards the future. They've had some changes to their roster recently, bringing in some experienced players from our league, with Cantave and Diaz, who's come back into the league from his time in Norway, along with another veteran player they've brought in from Brazil. So I think now you're seeing they're trying to mix a little bit of that youth component that they have with some more experienced players in the league. And there's still a lot of football to be played. The most important thing for us is you can't take anyone lightly. Vancouver's given us some of our toughest games this year, and this one is a very important one for us to keep climbing in the standings and try and keep ourselves near the top.
We also heard from Alex Achinioti-Jönsson today at the pre-match press conference. Here were some of his thoughts on tomorrow's game.
I think over the last 3 games we played better football overall. We've been more aggressive off the ball, and I think we've been looking a bit more like we did last year when we were in a good spell. So hopefully we can keep building on that and keep the same intensity in our game and move the ball like we've done. Like I said, the last couple of games we have been showing a better force than earlier this season, and I think we're starting to look in better form, and I hope we can carry it on tomorrow. And it shouldn't really matter who's on the other side. of the pitch. It should always be the same performance expected from us out of aggressiveness and the way we act on the ball and everything. But historically, we have been letting ourselves down sometimes when we play teams from the lower half of the table. So it's something we definitely gotta work at and tune in better on. It's all about being flexible for us and being able to show the opponents different looks so they don't really know what to expect. It makes this harder to read and figure out, right? And personally, I think it works well because I get a little bit of both, the best of both worlds, kind of. I still don't know if I'm better at midfield or defender, but I've played defense for a long time now, so I'm very comfortable there, and slowly progressing into midfield is suiting me well now as well. So I think it suits me well.
Yeah, basically everyone, I believe, other than Jordan Hamilton, is healthy. Training has been excellent. The form as of late, I think, has been very good, and we need to continue on that. We know this is a point of the year where 3 points are a must in a game like this, and in every game each week. We've done a good job on the road at Pacific, and we need to match that with this home game against Vancouver tomorrow night. Sometimes it needs a kickstart from different areas. We started the season off well and then went into a slide, but as we've seen, this seems to be a common thread throughout the league. But I think we're playing good football at the right moment. But I said it before, you're sometimes only as good as your next one. And our next one is against Vancouver. And this is a team we've dropped crucial points to in our previous 2 games. And we want to make sure we're taking care of business.
That is all I have for today's episode. I hope you are all here tomorrow at Tim Hortons Field to enjoy not only the game, but the food, because we've got some international cuisine ready to go, courtesy of our friends at Denninger's and the Taste of Lagos. If you listened to yesterday's episode, you'll know what Dom and Noah recommend. And don't forget, Forge FC is encouraging you to come wearing your nation's flag or colors. Thank you so much again for listening, and have a fantastic weekend.
This has been Forge Daily with Mackenzie Barwell. If you like what you heard, please like, follow, subscribe, comment, and share.